Hello, everybody. Ha! I fucked up my intro already. So, not restarting the video. Let's just fucking roll with it. I'm Alex UT, and welcome back to week 5 of the PBL. Now, there was no week 4 video for 2 reasons. One, because I was going to upload a video explaining what happened with week 4, but I didn't do it. And 2, because, well, what happened was I used CFW, custom firmware, NTR streaming, for my battles, and for some reason it wasn't working. Every time I'd connect to the internet, it would just kick me off. And I can connect fine to the internet without it, so I don't know, maybe it's just my DS is going to shit or whatever. But I fixed the problem for like my other videos in that I bought a 2DS XL capture card last week, and it should arrive when it arrives. But until then, I'll be post-comming my league battles. I have enough videos of my other battles, hopefully, to last until the capture card comes. So that probably won't be an issue. And maybe if that's an issue, then I'll miss one. But also, so what happened with week 4 is that started off the battle fine. We got through a bunch of turns. We were both down 2 mons with a mon each at half health, and every other mon was full. And then I got kicked offline. And then when I talked to my opponent, we had agreed to do a 4-on-4 to essentially pick up where we left off, which he agreed to. And then when we went to actually do it, he was like, no, I want to restart over from the beginning, which to me is unfair because we had agreed upon something, and then as we're going to do that something, you change your mind. That is not fair. I'm not blaming him or anything, or I'm not saying anything like bad about him, but to me, that's not what we agreed upon. That's not fair to me. And his only reason for doing it was that he needed my fortress at half health, like it was, which tells me that maybe he calced something during the off days, or I don't know. I did some calcs later, and the only way he could have won that battle is by me forfeiting, which is what happened. So he got the win he wanted, and I don't really care at this point. But that's why there's no week 4 battle. That's why there was no week 4 battle last week. To me, if you don't play fair, I don't play with you. No, nothing negative towards him, but that was redoing an entire battle just to put him to an advantage is not something that I'm going to take part in. Especially after we agreed. But anyways, now we'll move on to week 5, which is what this video is really about, and we're taking on WESTSIDE. I like his name. And the Carolina Panchams, I believe. You guys are seeing it up. That's my logo there. My camera is actually reversed, so when I'm doing this, no, it's pointing. You know what? Never mind. I'm stupid. Anyways, so our good friend Inazuna, formerly of Lumpy Gaming, who is no longer Lumpy Gaming because he just fucking quit that channel. Also, he was never Lumpy to begin with, according to his genealogy test. Check that out. That video is hilarious. But yeah, he was nice enough to record our battle for us to post commentate, so we didn't have to risk getting kicked offline while recording the battle again. So I'm gonna start this shit. Let's do this. So wait, hold on. First things first, as you guys can see, if you guys have seen from the beginning of the video, I brought Needle Queen, Metachamp, Serperior, Thunderous T, Suicune, and Incineroar. And he brought Bronzong, Tornadus, Manaphy, his Como, his Araquanid, and his Electivire. His team really scared me because he had an Excadrill, which it doesn't matter what mon it's against, odds are it's gonna wreck your shit. And what's his other mon that I was afraid of? Let's see. He has Mega Gardevoir or something that I was afraid of, but I know that Incineroar could take care of it. And what was his other thing? I DM'd him after the game. Yeah, Drapion, because I planned to set up Toxic Spikes, and Drapion would ruin that. Also, Drapion is a mon that I've used before, and if you sleep on that thing, you are going to lose to that thing. So, yeah, so we're going to start off this battle right here for the second time. I can't count. But, yeah, so we're going to pause the video at some points. So if the music stops, it's because of that, obviously. So he's going to lead off with Bronzong, which is not totally unheard of because it does carry Stealth Rocks. And I'm going to send out Nidoqueen. That queen. So my thinking in this turn is to set up Toxic Spikes. I don't care what he does, set up Toxic Spikes. He switches out to his Araquanid, which is a good play, but does not stop the Toxic Spikes. Which, to be honest, when I saw the Drapions were not coming, I knew that I was free to Toxic Spikes. I switch out of there because what's a Nidoqueen going to do to an Araquanid? And I send out Borealis because I was anticipating a liquidation, which didn't happen. He used Mirror Coat. So I go for a Shadow Ball just to try to get some damage off, because that Suicune is not invested in any attacks, it's just bulk. He goes for Toxic, which is like telling me, hey, get Suicune out of there, because it's not worthless. It's not going to do the job that you want it to do right now, because it's poisoned. So that's exactly what I do. I switch out Suicune. I go back into Nidoqueen, expecting him. He uses Sticky Webs, so our speed is going to be lowered for the battle, which is usually something that doesn't sit well. I go for Poison Jab because I'm physical Nidoqueen, and this thing is especially bulky. He goes for Liquidation, and I'm like praying and hoping that Nidoqueen lives, and it does because Nidoqueen is thick as fuck. So right here, I decide to go for another Poison Jab. I figure another one will kill it. He switches out though, and reads the play and goes into his Bronzong. Which, fun fact, I watched this video before recording this, is actually heat proof. I thought it was levitate the entire time, so I was like, I'm not gonna fucking earthquake this thing. But no, he ran heat proof because of Fire Punch Medicham, which never happened. But he sends out Norman Osborn his Tornadus. I almost said Thundurus, his Tornadus. I go for another layer of Toxic Spikes to get the badly poison. Because that's how it works. And I get Lethal Recovery. Now, I'm pretty sure that he's going to set up a Rain Dance here. Yeah, he goes for a Rain Dance. So I get off a free Poison Jab. Because that's stab, and it'll do. To me, it did the most damage. It would do the most damage, is what I thought. So go with the Poison Jab. I was hoping to get the poison. I didn't get the poison, but it did take him down to yellow, and like maybe like about maybe 33% health, 30% health, which was good. He goes for the Hurricane, which, even though I'm pretty sure we're Assault Vested, we're not living that. That's stab from a Tornadus. We're not living that. So I send down Mega Medicham because I have Thunder Punch. I get caught in Sticky Webs, so it's not the best situation ever. But he withdraws and goes into his Bronzong. Now I'm going to Mega Evolve, because you have to Mega Evolve first turn when you're in this league. Even if you switch out, you can't switch out. No. So I'm going to Mega Evolve and go for a Fake Out, hoping to get at least some damage off. I get nothing. That's nothing. His Leftovers Recovery is going to, pretty much restore the entire thing. There's like a sliver left. But I call Shiva back because she's not going to do anything. And I send out our mascot, Milton, the Incineroar, who gets caught in Sticky Webs, but it doesn't matter because he has no speed investment. He's Assault Vested. He's going to use Gyro Ball, which did absolutely nothing. That was my computer. That's why I don't like using desktop video, but I guess I have no choice. But so he's gonna withdraw his Bronzong and go into his Manaphy right here, and we read that play because we didn't. I thought about going for Flare Blitz, but I didn't. I went for Darkest Lariat, which is going to do some good damage. That wasn't half; it was almost half, and because of hydration and his leftovers, he's now in a better spot than he was. Than he would have been had that actually done good damage. Anyways, so he goes for the Scald, and of course we're assault vested max HP, so we're gonna live that shit. I go for a U-turn to get the fuck out of there, which brings his Manaphy to below half, which is what I wanted to say. And I send out my Contrary Serperior, which gets boosted +1 in speed because of Contrary. Also, he was Choice Scarfed. Yeah, that's the one that raises speed. Yeah, he was Choice Scarfed. So he was already going to outspeed most of his team just on the get-go, and now I get a +1. So there's nothing that outspeeds him on my team, on his team. And I'm just going to go for the Leaf Storm spam here, because what else do you do when you're a fucking Contrary Serperior? Get +6 Leaf Storm and just spam, spam, spam. So this second Leaf Storm, I'm now a +2. It's gonna take him to below half, which is good. I know that now that I'm at +4, I don't know why he Stealth Rocks here. That confused me then. It confuses me now. I think it also confused him because that was an extremely bad play. But I know that I'm at +4 now, so this Leaf Storm will definitely kill, and will get us to +6, which is pretty much like the okay to be like, hey, destroy him. There are some things he could have Gyro Balled there and actually did some good damage to Serperior because of the +1. Also, this play, I get the poison off because of my Toxic Spikes, and I use Leaf Storm, obviously, because I'm choiced into it. But he actually lives with like 4 HP or something like that, and he goes for the Dragon Dance. Had he Gyro Balled last turn and actually attacked with his because his obviously it's not living poison. Had he attacked with his Como, he could have killed Serperior, and we're talking about a whole different fucking battle here. But unfortunately, he made 2 mistakes back to back, which is, you know, it happens to everybody, but that really cost him the game. Which, you know, to me is a good thing because I finally win one in this league. And also he was undefeated, so it's like a morale booster. But like I feel bad because, you know, yeah, all is fair because it is Contrary Serperior, but like it's not Ubersmon or anything, but you still can't help but feel bad when you destroy someone, you know. But he, you know, he did do some mistakes that cost him the battle, and he brought a somewhat rain team against a team with a Serperior. I almost said Mega Serperior, with a Serperior and Thunderous. Those two, like, fuck it, man. Like, Landorus is on the it's a side, you know it because it starts with a fucking L. The other two are like so fucking similar. But we're gonna win 5-0 here, which is our first win this week. It's our first win of the week. No, it's our first win of the season. So we're actually 1-4 right now. So we're 1-4 right now, and you guys see the last 4 video names. It doesn't tell you shit. But so we're 1-4 on the year. After 5 games. We're -6, which you know, last week was the forfeit. Not taking that into account. The first 3 losses were the first 2 losses were unfortunate. You know, week 1 was plagued with technical issues. But even so, I should have kept my mind focused on the battle, and you know, Cryptic Flash deserved that win 100%. Week 2 against Leaf Card, that battle, there was, at the point where we were at the end there was no way I would have won that battle even if I tried, because Disguise was still up. Had I been able to draw out his Mimikyu earlier and actually take down his Disguise, there would have been a chance. Also, just giving Mew like fucking old yelling Mew which by the way we traded out. We were like, Mew 100 points. We drafted, we picked up Delphox with that. We picked up Chestnut and we picked up Granbull. So 3 mons that I can use to replace Mew, which, you know, don't get me wrong, Mew is a good mon, but it just wasn't doing the thing for me. But yeah, still that was a heartbreaking loss because it was close all the way until the end. And then week 3 I played like fucking garbage. So that's what happens when you're like, oh, I gotta get a win this week. I gotta get a win this week. This guy's good. We gotta fucking prep. And then you over prep or you under prep, whichever one, and you're like, you under prep because you think he's gonna bring certain things, and then you don't bring monos to counter those things. Like week 3 I prepped for his Mega Diancie and his Zygarde, and I still got destroyed by his Zygarde. So, you know, it doesn't, you know. And then this week, you know, had he brought his Victini, which he says was the mon that everyone was afraid of, might have turned out differently. I don't know if Victini would last long against a +6 Serperior, that +6 special attack, +1 speed choice card Serperior. There's 100% sure I would have outsped him. Whether or not he would have lived a hit and been able to one-shot us is a different story. Hell, maybe he would have never even got to +6 because of that Victini. But I did bring Incineroar on the team to counter Victini. So, you know, who knows what the battle would have been. You know, JB WESTSIDE is a good battler. You know, it shows by the fact that he's, you know, he was undefeated before this week. But yeah, so check out JB WESTSIDE, link in the description. This video is probably going to come out on a Saturday instead of a Friday because I'm recording this right now. It's Thursday and I'm going to bed right after this, so I'm not editing this. So it's probably going to come out on Saturday instead of Friday. But starting next week, it'll be back on Friday. So don't expect the whole like schedule change. This is a one-time thing. But yeah, so if you guys enjoy, want some more, subscribe, like, comment. I'll see you guys in the next one. Hopefully we can keep the winning streak alive with week 6 against John. And I'll see, and ciao. I don't know what the fuck that was. Wow.